Welcome to the HR Happy Hour Work Break. You're here with Trish and Steve. Hey, Steve Bose, how are you?
Hey Trish, how are you? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. It's nice to be back on a Friday, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah, I think kind of the summer quote unquote is over sort of, right? By most even though not I guess on the calendar, but sort of on the work calendar and school calendar it is. So yeah,
Mhm.
I think it makes sense to get back in the Friday groove. I know I'm working today. So
I was going to ask you about that. That's funny because I know you don't get to see like what I tweet out before I make these go live. And my question was going to be, is it fall yet? Do you think it's fall yet? Because when you said we should go back to Fridays, like summer's over. And I know a lot of us are kind of still embracing it. I put on fall colors though to like embrace fall as well. But so
yeah,
so you're
well,
kind of like mentally into fall now, is that
it
it?
was, I guess, but it was like 55 degrees here this morning when I woke up.
Ooh.
So it's the coldest morning in ages and ages, probably since
Mhm.
the winter, I guess, or the early part of the spring. Maybe it's a better way to say that. So
Yeah.
it did feel a little fall-like, although it's going to be back to 90 degrees, I think, by Sunday. But I'm not complaining about that. But yeah, I think it's fall, absolutely.
I'm glad because I love everything fall. Like I love the cold weather. Obviously love football. It's football day. I'm going down to
Woohoo!
Carbondale, Illinois. You're going to have to look up where that is, everyone, but central southern Illinois today, so that'll be exciting. Um my favorite fall activity though, and I didn't get to do it last year because of COVID, it was apple picking. Like I'm a huge like my kids have to be drug along with me. We've got to go pick apples. Like,
Yeah,
do you?
that's a
You're
very
rolling your
like.
eyes. I'm sensing no apple picking
I,
is in your.
I've been dragged out to pick apples a number of times in my life. Let's just say it was never my idea. I get it. I
Okay.
get why people like it, but yeah, if I never have
You're
to do
not.
it again, that's okay.
So you're not. What's your fall activity then? Like, what do you like go do in the fall? Like, what's your big thing?
Uh, ooh, I don't know.
Just
Nothing.
stay inside.
I don't do anything.
No, no. Oh, your big fall activity is HR Tech,
Yeah, I go to conferences and
Vegas.
go to Las Vegas and get warm. Yeah, I do that. So yeah,
Yeah.
I've checked out on a lot of the. I think for a lot of folks, I am one of those folks. Once your children are beyond the age of many
That's
things, like
true.
once they're beyond excited about, hey, let's go to the pumpkin patch, kind of stuff like hay rides, pumpkin patches. The
I
fall
know.
things kind of peter out. I haven't thought about it though. Do you do like a Halloween costume? Are you a Halloween person? You gonna do that
I
this
love
year?
Halloween. It's my favorite, but I haven't in a while. We used to have a thing, again, the kids were younger, so where everyone, kids, parents, everyone would kind of go up, and then the parents would get babysitters and go out like on a pub crawl for Halloween. Like we'd have
Okay.
like a theme costume for like 40 of us. That was fun, but we haven't done it in a while. I mean, again, I think pandemic ended a
Yeah,
lot of
pandemic
that.
kind of canceled Halloween last year. I
Oh,
guess it'll be
good.
back this year, although I don't really know for
Yes.
sure. But
I don't
Trish, I have
know.
a couple quick things I want to mention before we run out of time. Of
Okay.
course, on some more somber note, Trish, tomorrow is the 20th anniversary of the September 11th attacks.
Oh,
So we do
yes.
want to just take note of that and kind of acknowledge the folks who lost their lives, their families, friends, loved ones. A lot of people we know people who were involved in that. And
Mhm.
I did wear my I Love New York shirt that
Oh,
I got down there at the 9/11 memorial a few years ago when we were there. And so, yeah, I watched some of the news this morning and they had some, moments of silence, et cetera. And it's pretty somber, of course. I'm reminded a little bit of, and I know it didn't really last, but just remember how like everybody sort of came together, right,
mhm.
as a nation, right? Because
Oh, yeah.
partly because of the shock of everything, partly because of the uncertainty of what was going to happen next, maybe,
Mhm.
and just kind of the healing process, et cetera, right? And
Right.
it did feel like it lasted for a while, and then I think about what's going on now, right? Just even yesterday when a bunch of new vaccination mandates or plans to mandate vaccines were announced, and just the acrimony that set off, right? Like
Mhm.
one side versus the other, and I'm
Yeah.
thinking, man, like that's maybe never going to be solved, but it's sad that it has to be that way, and especially when, to me, like everybody coming together after 9/11, it's analogous to what I think everybody should be coming together to try to get over COVID, right, and get this pandemic behind us, but yet, like, there's no way that seems to be happening, and it's pretty awful. And the scope of and the impact of the pandemic, it's like every 2 days is the number of people still dying that died on 9/11, right? Like, and the order of magnitude is shockingly more worse, right? What we're going through now, but yet, like, boom, we're just getting further and further apart. So pretty sad. I didn't want to bum out the show, but I did want to make sure we mentioned that today, and just, you know, we're thinking about all those folks, especially the folks in New York and in Washington, and the folks who are impacted.
No, I'm glad you did, and especially because it's going to happen over the weekend. There are a number of, you know, since it is 20 years now, there are a number of videos now you can go on. I know there's the new series on Netflix. I've only watched one episode, and there are some things I think on Prime and some other, you know, probably Hulu. I think. But I would just say, you know, we're at that phase now where all of us who've had children since then, you know, they don't know what that felt like. And it's something at least I don't talk about a lot with my kids. So, you know, sit down, watch a show, pick a show. There's lots of actually new information being released to the public because it was so horrific that they kind of kept all of that shut away for a long time, I think. And so, but also be prepared. I mean, just in watching the first episode on the Netflix show about it, it takes you right back there. I was bawling, like, literally. I'm not a big crier either on TV shows, but so I would just encourage people to honor those who lost their lives in both the Pentagon and the Twin Towers and all around, right, on the airplanes.
Yeah, and on Flight 93, the
yeah, Flight 93. Yeah, because think about it. I think about that often when we fly, you know, that a lot of our preparedness as people, as consumers in flying, it goes back to what would we do if something happened? Would we be brave like they were? Would we, you know? So anyway, thank you for mentioning that. I think that's a good it's actually a positive to talk about. And you're right, we aren't coming together now like we should, but maybe this being the anniversary of it will kind of prompt people to remember.
Hope so.
You know,
think about it a little bit.
What it feels like when we all do come together on something. So, yeah, good stuff. Well, listen, I know you don't want to end the show on that note.
I have a lighter side note too, but go ahead.
I have one lighter side one, and then we'll get to yours. So I like the would you rather, right? I always like finding out what you think. So here's the question of the day. Would you rather be the smartest person in the world, like the smartest, or the strongest?
That's a good one. They both have appeal of a different kind. I guess I'll go smartest. I think. Okay. I think that would kind of open up more opportunities to me, probably, right? Like, versus strongest has a limited, like, I could maybe be in the world's strongest man contest and win that, which would be cool, right. Which would be really cool, like to drag the bus by pulling a rope, you know, stuck in my mouth, like in my teeth, and pull like a bus with that. That would be awesome to be able to do that, and throw the beer keg like 80 feet in the air.
You want to throw beer kegs? Okay.
Actually, you know, I'm maybe talking myself into strongest. That might actually be more fun. No, I'm gonna go smartest, because I think I could like get involved in more things and kind of have more fun that way. What would you pick?
You know, my first instinct was smartest, but actually I think I'd pick strongest, because I think it could also be just like mentally strong. And I think being the smartest.
I was thinking, I took it very literally. So yeah, I didn't think about mentally strong.
Well, I think being the smartest person in the world would be really difficult, because wouldn't you constantly be annoyed with everyone else who's not? I don't know.
I know with most other people, so it wouldn't be a big shift for me. I'd be fine with it.
All right, we got a few seconds left before we sign off for the weekend.
You like music? You're a music person, Trish. Billboard, who tracks music popularity, the lists, the rankings of songs, et cetera, albums. Yeah. Released their official 2021 Song of the Summer, Trish. Do you have a guess of what 2021's Song of the Summer is, according to our friends at Billboard? And I actually have the top 5 here for you, if you want to take a shot.
I do want to take a shot. And I'm blanking out on the name of the song. It's the
Okay.
Bruno Mars. It's a Bruno Mars song. His one from the summer.
Bruno didn't. No, the song doesn't have to literally be about summer. It's just these were the songs that were the popular.
No, it wasn't.
Summer song. Okay, well, Bruno Mars is not in the top 5, so I don't know that song. Not the number one, certainly.
I don't know. I'm drawing a blank. All right, what is it?
I'll give you the top 5. Number 5, "Save Your Tears" by The Weeknd. Number 4,
yeah.
"Kiss Me More," Doja Cat featuring SZA. Number 3,
SZA.
Okay. I'm not familiar with him or her. "Levitating" by Dua Lipa.
Dua Lipa, of course. Levitating.
Number 2, "Good For You," Olivia Rodrigo. And number 1, Trish.
Little BTS. Butter. I love it.
That's your song in the summer. I don't know if we're allowed to play this. We'll probably have a copyright thing going on here. I don't care. Come and get it, BTS. That's it. That's all I got.
I love BTS. I love them. So this is funny. I bought tickets for BTS at Soldier Field. It was supposed to be last fall, last May of 2020. So I bought them in like the early part of 2019. Obviously, it hasn't happened, so it's still like on hold. So I will be at BTS when they come to Soldier Field.
I've never heard this song before today.
It's so catchy.
I kind of like it.
Although
yesterday I got caught in a YouTube wormhole watching old Four Tops videos. They really had it together, the Four Tops. They were great.
They did, although I'm a Temptations girl myself, so maybe we'll argue that the next time.
All right. Favorite Motown band?
Four Tops. Yeah, let's do the Motown show.
All
right. Thanks, everyone. Have a good weekend. Catch us here on Monday. We might be debating Motown. We'll see what's up. Be thinking about who your favorite Motown artists are, maybe. And we'll catch you all here next week. Have a good weekend.
Bye, everyone.